Ah yes, an expedition of the ages. Almost as exciting as me going downstairs and opening the fridge. Hello, hello. Welcome back to a very irregular Sunday stream. Let us not waste any more time. I've been in the doors a few minutes. It's already too long to wait to read the new chapter. So, 1068. This is a really, really cool color panel. It's really wholesome. This is a really cool little panel. No rain, no rainbow. You know what? This is one of those panels, like color spreads, that I'd want to get framed. This is just really cool. Hello, Momo. Chapter 1086. The Five Elders. Here is one elder. Momo? I mean, okay, that's one elder. He's very excited. As I said, I just got home. So he is very, very excited. And so the reverie came to a close, with the truth of King Cobra's murder kept under wraps. Alright. Tell me if you've seen... Okay, so I guess this is just another full-on reverie chapter. I guess even now, we are not back to Egghead. Are we ever going to return to Egghead? That's the million-dollar question at this point. Have you seen this girl? Has anyone seen Princess Vivi of Alabasta? Where is the king? He is ill and needs help. While on the ships taking the various royals home, a number of stowaways kept their heads low. Which country's ship is this? It belongs to Aegis Kingdom. We'll bring the office to the ship under the guise of reporting. Okay. That's big news. It is big news. What did you see, Wapal? I can't say, least of all to you. Go back to your own ship. I can't. Those people were CP0. If I go back to join the others, they'll just abduct me again. So I guess this is a confirmation that it wasn't like him seeing something, it was literally him seeing Im. It's kind of weird that he's actually not wanting to say what it was, right? It's just like, I saw it, you know, and that's it. Hello. Let me use that transponder, Snail. I need to get in touch with my father. He's a worrywart. Oh no. Oh no. That's actually sad. You're not going to get in touch with him, unfortunately. Don't trust me, that's the last thing you want to do? Why do you say that? Okay, we have a bunch of Sanjis, okay. I'm so hungry. Tajina Kingdom, ship's hold. So I guess that's how Bonnie got away. The white... So, that's how Bonnie got away. So she also stowawayed on a ship. Momo, please don't pull the cables out. So she stowawayed on a ship, but how was she in a whirlpool? That is still a mystery. Once I get to Lelucia, things should work out. Well, I mean, they didn't. They, like, really, really didn't. When you got to Lelucia, things got real bad. Real bad. I'm counting on you, Sabo. You must survive. So wait. I assume he had some sort of goal in getting to Lelucia, but what could have that been? Also, once again, you see why deaths matter? Vivi saying, I need to call my father, he's a worrywart, and we know he's dead. That's the emotional impact we need. That is why deaths matter. I swear to God, if Cobra survives this, I swear to God. He can't, right? Like, it's impossible. Surely. Very soon, the news came out of the assassination of King Cobra of Alabasta and the disappearance of his daughter, Princess Vivi, Sacred Marie Joan, and the Sabo fellow. Another man who bears a checkered fate. No one has led a life more affected by the D. Okay. But I'd really like to be finished with this egghead business. What is it, oh great emu? Okay. Like, with lines like these, this is why I think I mentioned this like last week or something, right? When they were joking around giving Sabo the D as well, right? And it was like Sad D Bo or something like that. This is why I said that time, what if like the D lineage isn't actually a lineage? And it's literally just people who like way in the past got together and they basically came up with this thing because they were a group of buddies and then they just passed it down, right? I think that'd be a relatively interesting concept, right? Because like I said there, One Piece is a lot about the sort of bonds that you forge through like actual relationships and stuff like that, and like found family and all that. So I wouldn't even be against if like the D lineage isn't something that is actual, like set in stone, if you will. Chamber of Flowers, Pangaea Castle. I wish to use Vegapunk's creation, the Mother Flame, the Mother Frame. Okay. So, is this what happened to Lelucia? Indeed, we will not know if it is real until it is tested. Perhaps... What the hell? So hold on. Assuming this is this is Lelucia. Perhaps the results of such a test might influence our handling of the egghead matter. Hold up, wait a minute. A test on forested land would do better than open sea. Lelucia Kingdom. So what you're telling me is that Lelucia was nuked with Vegapunk's weapon? This isn't even an ancient weapon, this is just something Vegapunk made? Okay, if this is true, and somehow, okay. Let's roll the tape back. Remember how I said there is no shot that Vegapunk is beaten on his home turf. That is what I said the second we landed on Egghead. Right? He's supposed to be the world's greatest scientist. His entire thing is like filled to the brim with defense systems and whatnot. And if this is his weapon that can literally just erase a kingdom, there's no shot we're gonna lose on Egghead. Imagine a group of friends were like, let's confuse our descendants by having a D in our name so they assume we're somehow related even though we're of different races. It could be something like that, right? And it would like fit also thematically, right? Because I mean, One Piece, let's be real here, a lot of One Piece is like very, what's the word? I guess it's just straightforward racism, right? Like we saw in Fishman Island. So if this is literally like, let's just confuse them, you know? Let's just make ourselves out to be the chosen ones or something like that. I don't know. I think it'd be neat. Like if the Will of D was like the original people that wanted to revolt against the world government, right? I think that'd be really, really cool. Okay. There are many people there. It is no matter. Very well. The world is as the creator wills it. Why do you choose Lelucia? It is close. That's about as valid decision making as me sometimes. Why did you do that? It was easy. It was easy, it didn't take too much effort. That's why I did it. Okay, you know what? I'm starting to think I've been sleeping on the Five Elders, because the Five Elders are really starting to seem just like, you know, every single time they didn't do something, maybe Imu was just like, let's not bother. Okay, this is wild. Okay. Oh my god. We shall take the necessary steps to make it so. Five Elders, Godhead of Science and Defense. Saint J. Garcia Saturn. So, oh my god, it's all of their names? There are signs of rebellion in Lelucia Populous. Godhead of Environment, Saint Marcus okay, so they are all planets. Okay. It may serve as an example to the others. Saint Topman Warcury. Warcury. Funny. And if we could use its power freely. Godhead of Finance. Saint Ethan Baron V. Nosgero, I guess. Incredible. And we can bring this ancient battle to its conclusion. Alright, so we have science and defense, environments, justice, finance, and agriculture. Does that match with any sort of mythology? Jupiter, I hate that. I hate that so much. Also Shepherd. Oh my god. Agriculture, finance, justice, environment, science, and defense. I don't think it matches with anything like that I can think of right now. There must be more to their names. Like, no shot. Also, wait. So, if we now know that all of them are 5 planets, right? And they are Godhead of Finance, Godhead of blah 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 blah. So basically, the line of thinking that the planets are scared of Luffy because Luffy is the sun, because he's the sun god, that is entirely validated, right? Because the planets obviously revolve around the sun, so that's true. Also, Godhead, enemy of gods, that is clearly a title they gave to them, right? So the Will of D is the enemy of gods because they called them that. So this isn't some weird back in the day maybe they were enemy of gods because they like they made a deal with Davy Jones or anything like that. It's not a case of the Sailor's Devil, it's not a case of them being Devil Fruit users or Devil Fruit creators or anything like that. It's literally just because these guys are the godheads. The fighters of Sailor Moon are called Sailor Scouts? Incredible. Incredible. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Maybe in retrospect I'll think of something. There is one other thing. Yes. I desire Vivi. That's ominous. Very ominous. I desire Vivi. Kind of a sus thing to say. It'll be done. Okay. The Navy. Rebellion in Tajin and in Aegis. Alright, so they were on their way to kingdoms that were all revolting. Okay. Was stretched thin between the end of the Seven Warlords and quelling the sudden uprising in member countries of the government. However, this was only the start of a new Navy campaign. Oh my god, they're finally here. Oh my god, they're here. Send out all the Seraphim, Crocodile appears. Oh my god. One look at Doflamingo. One look at him. And you know he's going to be an absolute asshole. Like, okay, maybe my theory was wrong. Because my original thought process regarding this was that this would be an inversion, right? Like, all the allies would be enemies, all the enemies would be allies in terms of Seraphims. I was wrong. I don't think so. I think the Seraphim, whatchamacallit, is just an asshole. So, it is what it is. I like to take that the elders have their eyes dark because they think Imu's orders are exaggerated, cruel, and not necessary, but do not dare to oppose him. What more so has me asking questions, if we're like mega overanalyzing, is the fact that the last two guys finish each other's sentences. And like, to be honest with you, they all finish each other's sentences. Which is kind of odd to me. They basically deliver one joint speech. This is not the same dude speaking, you know? But I don't know if that's just a narrative thing or not. Because, I mean, it just works to show them all in badass form. Like, we're gonna make it an example, and then we can bring this blah 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 blah, you know? They're married. Incredible. So Crocodile Scar is either somehow... I don't think it's genetic, because that wouldn't make sense. I think his scar is more so the fact that Seraphims are, like, blatantly based off of their current bodies somehow. I'm interested, like... Because I'm just thinking, like, purely practically, right? When you think of everyone else, their features sort of speak for themselves when you talk about the Warlords, right? Crocodile is kind of vanilla, so he kind of needs the scar, you know? Because I think if you saw the Mihawk Seraphim and the Crocodile Seraphim side by side, it would be pretty hard to tell them apart if they didn't have any scars. I don't know though. I think the Crocodile Seraphim looks absolutely badass though. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. This is insane though. Like the fact that Lelucia is a test because it's close, and if they can use it and it works, which it did, it can be used to help the Egghead situation. That is wild to me. That is wild to me. Vegapunk just needed to keep the aesthetic. He is a perfectionist. I mean, it could be that. It could be that. Probably cut off the kid's hand to add a hook. Maybe it's a buff. Maybe this time the hook will shoot out. It's gonna be a grappling hook. The moment we landed in Lelucia, the people were ready. They took King Seki and Princess Kamane, I don't know, prisoner, and welcomed me with open arms when I emerged from hiding. What a mega chat. That was the first time I saw the news in the paper and learned that I was accused of regicide. They treated me as a hero and thought I wished to tell them the truth of what happened, and I just couldn't do it, not when their revolutionary passion was so strong. Thanks to Betty and the others, Lelucia was full of motivated people who wanted to join the Revolutionary Army. Those are the ones I brought back with me. Okay, so I guess a lot of them did eventually get out. I couldn't get a jamming transponder snail, which is why I couldn't set... Well, I mean, then actually, yeah. Like, they annihilated the kingdom, but I guess a lot of them escaped, so did it really do anything? Like, from their perspective? I guess not. You know, because, I mean, if it's slow enough for a lot of people to get out, then clearly it's not good. Because if their goal was to stop the revolution, and all the revolutionaries got out, and not only joined up with Sabo, but are now literally within the revolutionary army on their home turf, not a great weapon. So I guess it's nothing. So I guess maybe that's why they sent Saturn over there? Because the test actually sort of failed? Interesting. Interesting. Still like 99.9% of Lucia citizens are dead? I guess. Because, you know, I'm just thinking, like, they basically created a martyr, right? And that's like the #1 thing you don't do as a bad guy. You don't create a martyr. And because the revolutionaries escaped, like, yeah, they wiped out most of Lucia. They sort of stoked the flame, you know? And that's also sort of why I think back to, like, the whole 800 years thing, right? That nobody had challenged them. Seems sort of odd to me. Which is why I sort of dubbed them the 5 Elder Clowns. Because every time something bad happened on Luffy's side, they didn't really do anything, you know? They sent people after him and then failed each and every time. And I found that kind of funny. So, you know. So the message I did send was a relay call as we were leaving the ports. If the government picked up on the signal, they'd assume I was on Lucia. But in fact, I was already at sea with our hopeful recruits. And it was then while on the call that the vanishing of Lucia happened, I presume. We have a step-in for me theorizing. Yes, it was a horrible scene on the ship. Most of those people left families behind, and saw their home destroyed before their eyes. It's a harrowing thing, when in the world happened. A great shadow covered the sky, and in the very next moment, a great shadow. Does Dragon know what it is? Or is this supposed to be just him being spooked? Okay. Maybe the 5 Elders wanted the escapees to be able to escape if the theory is right that the 5 Elders disagree with Imu's cruel decisions? I don't know. I would have to go and look at, like, all the decisions the 5 Elders have made, because to me, their eyes being blacked out here is just to convey that they're cold. That's the only thing this conveys to me, that, like, whatever is happening in Lucia is just, like, whatever, you know? That's how I read it. It's not that they think it's cruel, it's that they are cruel themselves, is how I read it. I don't know, though. Something that no natural living creature could explain, some dark, vast thing flew above the clouds. So what you're telling me is that Vegapunk invented flying discs. Very timely, I guess. Very timely. Sabo, you said the name Imu earlier. That's right. Well, this is going to sound very strange, but among the first 20 who created the world 800 years ago, there was a monarch named Saint Imu of the Nerona dynasty. Well, he's immortal. Either he's immortal or he's body jumping. Is there any other explanation? Unless this is one... No shot. No shot. I was about to say, maybe this is some sort of weird Oda play, right? That he's going to say, oh, there was a Saint Imu, but no, it's just a dude who keeps naming every single one of his sons or daughters Imu? No shot. Okay, so he is immortal. Okay. Look at this. Oh, okay. It said that the means to create everlasting life exist in this world. Okay. I got ahead of myself there. Someone out there has been living for ages and ages without dying. Yes. The cogs are spinning once again. I'm just thinking, like, Lily, him being immortal. Did he force someone to make himself immortal? And he also wanted to make Lily immortal, maybe? Or was that Lily maybe rejected this immortality because she was like, no human should rule forever? Because, like, if Oda did base the throne off of, like, Game of Thrones and the Iron Throne, and the whole no king should rule for too long, right? That's why the throne is uncomfortable. That would be very cool. I'd love that. Currently, I think, yes, Imu is immortal. Oda being Oda, it's not impossible for him to create a family that names all the descendants after Imu, lol. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, that's, like, the basis of whatchamacallit, Foundation, right? I think he's immortal. And I think maybe that's why Lily got pissed. Because she thought no person should be immortal. Then, you're saying that's who I saw. Oh my god. The silhouette of Imu looks so wacky. Incredible. You're saying that's who I saw in there? Maybe the name is just a coincidence. Okay, once again, I always say this. Whenever a character in a story says something, oh, maybe this is a coincidence, oh, maybe this is a theory, I always ask myself, why would an author write that down? So, now I'm thinking that maybe the name is a coincidence. Because clearly it's planting the idea there that the name could be a coincidence. What if... What if Imu is a false king? What if that's why... Oh my god, I'm cooking again. What if that's why he doesn't actually live like a king and no one's supposed to see him? What if he's an imposter? What if he was never actually Imu? What if he has a devil fruit to wipe people's memories or something like that, and he's not even a king, and he just made it all up? But if the 5 elders are the greatest authority among the celestial dragons, so-called descendants of the gods, who else could possibly lord it over men like them? Okay, you're not cooking? Maybe. Think about it. Think about it. A false king is a very tropey thing to do, right? And to be fair, Imu will be a false king, because we're going to defeat him. He is going to be a false king at the end of the day. Because, I mean, a natural question that would pop up, right? He's the king of the world, but, he's not a king. He's literally hiding in his own little room. What kind of king is that? You know, like, you have all this power in the world, and you're literally in your little dome, touching grass, because you can't touch grass anywhere else. Like, what does Imu do? You know? I don't know about you, but if I was a king, I wouldn't live in a little dome. Just saying. It sort of arises the question of, unless maybe he is so afraid, or they are so afraid of dying, that they never leave the room. Because they're sort of immortal, right? And they're just grasping at that immortality for as long as they can, and they think if they leave the room, they'll just die immediately. It seems like a terrible life to have to stay inside all the time and not let anyone see you. Exactly. Because the fact that we went, like, what? When was Imu revealed? Like, chapter 900 something, probably? The fact that we were that deep into the story and we literally didn't know anything about a potential king of the world, you know? Seems kind of an odd thing to be a king. They left the room to go look at the frozen straw hat and go to the throne room. Ah yes, an expedition of the ages. Almost as exciting as me going downstairs and opening the fridge. Maybe Usopp is the narrator. Oh my god, this is gonna be good. Maybe Usopp is the narrator because Kaya kills Law and takes his fruit, then performs the immortality surgery, and the story is being told 700 years later by immortal god Usopp. You're not cooking. You're not cooking, I'm sorry. Okay, let's keep going. And there's one more wild leap in the story, my boy. If this thing you saw fly over the clouds and destroy an entire nation was a government weapon, then only Vegapunk would have created it. Hold on, Eva. Vegapunk would not build such an obvious tool of murder, right? But what if it were an ancient weapon? And if Imu were alive since ancient times, it all links up. Robin told us that the... Oh my god, Dragon mentioned Robin. It happened. It happened. Okay. This might not be the first time. This is the first time I remember. But if the government is in possession of a weapon, why have they not used it before? And why use it now? Okay, you know what? This time, Eva and Dragon are asking all the questions I want to ask. Right? So let's roll this tape back. Let's roll the tape back. Let's say the weapon we heard about, right? This entire weapon potentially being used is just a red herring. Nothing happened. They tested the weapon created by Vegapunk, and literally nothing happened. And then they used an ancient weapon that actually worked on the Lucia. But then the question arises, why not use it on Luffy? Because using an ancient weapon on Lucia seems like an odd thing to do. Also, using a weapon made by Vegapunk seems like an odd thing to do. Unless someone like finessed Vegapunk into making it. Because I mean, keep in mind, still back at Egghead, we have a traitor Vegapunk, right? That happened, I know, like 2 years ago. But we do still have a Vegapunk that betrayed all the other Vegapunks. Oh my god, I have so many questions. When Dragon speaks more often about Robin than his own son, it is what it is. It's the same as Einstein and nuclear fission. Vegapunk discovered a powerful energy source and the Gorosei used it as a weapon. Well, I don't know, right? Because theoretically, yeah, that's exactly what happened in the real world, right? We're even about to have a movie about it. Not about Einstein, it's about Oppenheimer, right? I became the destroyer of worlds. Man, that video hits so hard. So it could be that, right? That Vegapunk found this new source of energy, and then they just hijacked the tech. You know, it could easily be that. That it was never planned to be a weapon. But that still involves someone actually taking it over the finish line, right? So if we go back to the 5 Elder Clowns, so maybe Saturn is the one who finished it. And if we want to be mega cheeky, now we have planets We have Luffy, who's the star. Maybe this is a friggin' whatchamacallit, oh my god, the name escapes me completely. A satellite, right? So maybe Saturn built a satellite. Who knows? My theory is that the ancient weapon was only activated when Enel activated the ancient city on the moon. It's been dormant until very recently. I swear to God, if Eneru is responsible for activating an ancient weapon, I will personally write Oda an email and say, my guy, what are you cooking? Honestly, like at this point, all these mysteries are great, but the only thing I'm wondering now is why the hell could Luffy exist? That is the only question I've been asking ever since Wano, basically, you know? Like the only question I keep asking. Why can Luffy even exist? The moon is technically a satellite. Very true. Very true. The moon is technically a satellite. It's a natural satellite. Very true. In the present, oh my god, it's the present day. So the next chapter will definitely be back at Egghead. Also, what the hell is this? Okay, I'm gonna read before I start actually looking at it. In the present day, in Sacred Marie Joie, a single celestial dragon had just been executed? We have no food, no bread, only cake to eat. But this was not news meant for the world to hear. The man who passed the sentence was the ruler of a place called... Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He was the ruler of a place called God Valley. Today, he's the supreme commander of the Holy Knights. His name is Saint Figureland Garling. Where have I heard that before? Figureland. Where do I know that name from? Oh my god. No! As the surname of Shanks. Yes. The supposed surname of Shanks. Oh my god. No shot. No shot. No shot this is real. 90% Shanks' daddy? No shot. No shot. What? Oh my god, his attack is Divine Departure. His signature attack is Divine Departure. So many things make sense now. I think it was also Roger's attack. Yes, it also was Roger's attack. So both of them used Divine Departure. Wait, no. Hold. Let's look at the grip. Okay, let me finish the chapter. We'll look at the grip. The grip is important, because Shanks doesn't have one arm. Hold on. The man he had executed for protecting the fish... No! Oda, you cheeky man. Do you see what this is? Do you see what this is? My guy. He just got crucified on a cross. And he was executed not for attacking someone, but for protecting the fishmen. Do you realize what this means? Do you realize what this means? We've turned the freaking dudes. He's going to become a symbol. Don Quixote Mjorsgard, the absolute MVP, is about to turn the Celestial Dragons. It's all coming together. Oh my god, why do we have a break now? It actually looks like he got crucified on the world government. It is the world government symbol, but it's a cross, right? That's the important part. It is the world government symbol. It definitely is. But it's still a cross. And Oda very much likes his symbolism. Like, of all the ways he could have been executed, my guy was crucified. Like, that's not an accident. That is not an accident. Roger wasn't crucified when he was executed, precisely. And the fact that they're so obsessed with calling themselves gods and calling everyone else the enemy of gods, and then they crucify one of their own. I don't know, man. That does not seem like an accident to me. The Celestial Dragons are happy in the background, though. I don't know if he'll be a martyr. Well, I think them cheering here is just a... Also, why don't they have their glass thingies? Didn't they wear their glass thingies in Marie Joie because it was like... They thought the air was sacred? Something like that? They're definitely cheering. But I can't ignore this. They're certainly cheering, but again, I don't think him being crucified is a coincidence. I just don't see that, especially because he is literally the first Celestial Dragon to ever turn on the Celestial Dragons. That is not something you take lightly. Oh my god, I have so many questions, and now we have a goddamn month to wait. Oh my god, why? Is this Vegapunk's weapon? Is it an ancient weapon? I think Imu is now immortal, okay? Nerona Dynasty. Let me just Google the word Nerona. Nerona, oh, here we go, of course. Let me just switch it to English, because right now it's freaking Latvian. Okay. Oh, never mind. So in English it's Nero. Okay. Roman Emperor. Alright, so how did he die? Great Fire of Rome. Great Fire of Rome. Maybe. Oh, never mind. Okay, this is not gonna be true. Okay, never mind. This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Okay, whatever the case, this chapter is truly one of the chapters of all time. I have so many questions right now. Like, if he is related to Shanks, like, what the hell does that even mean anymore? Right? Is that the reason why Shanks could meet with them? Was that even Shanks? Like, now that is a question. Is there a duplicate Shanks running around and he had a twin? Also, he was the ruler of God Valley, and now he's just chilling in Marie Joie? How does that happen? Also, if he was the ruler of God Valley, why can he be just chilling in Marie Joie? The month break is for Oda's eye surgery. Yeah, of course. He might as well take a break until the end of the year if he needs it. I'm totally fine. I'm just saying I'm gonna be sad. I don't need another void month. A void month is painful for me. But I'm definitely all for him taking a break. It's gonna hurt, but if he comes back with something even more insane, I think he will. I think we have the Egghead climax on the horizon. It's gonna be wild. And like the big question for me now is with the weapon. Is the weapon a red herring and the weapon failed? Also, the close-up on Dragon saying a great shadow, to me kind of implies that he might know what is being discussed right now. Right? You know how, like, before I said, like, if an author writes something in, it's probably there for a reason? Well, this time, Oda has deliberately given us contradictions. That also creates a contradiction in my mind, unfortunately. This chapter is insane. I'll give it a rating. The rating is 9.95 out of 10. Because I don't know what's going on. And I love it. I love it. Supreme Commander of the Holy Knights. Holy Knights. What the hell is their what is their role going to be? Where the hell have they been? Oh my god, I have so many questions. Also, he looks insane. Can we talk about the fact that he looks insane? His head looks like a half moon. Can we theorize about that? Maybe it's foreshadowing Eneru's return. Thank you for joining me today. We will probably be back sometime very soon. We have a void month, but there's definitely more One Piece stuff coming. There's a bunch of stuff I want to do. Also, do not forget, in 6 days, we're going to be right here, and we're going to be watching the Netflix event, which will 100% have One Piece news. We're all going to be here. That is the plan. I will watch the entire thing. I think it starts at like 11:30 my time. I'm basically going to be dead by the end of it, but it'll be great. We'll watch the entire thing. It'll have Avatar news, and it will have One Piece news. What if it doesn't? It will, because a lot of actors have left for it. So unless they're just going to be there to say hi, there is definitely something happening. Have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful start of your week, and I'll see you whenever I see you. Bye-bye.